over we go. Okay, 2 more. 1 and 2. Ladies, leave your arms open, palms up. We're going to go into that little rib isolation. We've been doing this, haven't we, like the last couple of weeks. And I know just the movement, when I first did it 3 weeks ago, it didn't have the flow it has now, so it may have changed for you as well. Come into the centre, right arm over the top, over the top. We haven't done a swoop for ages. I'm going to do a swoop with you today. And again, one onto the left side and one to the right. Go back to your rib isolation. Oh, that's working so much better. There we go. All right, take it over the top. And over. Last time. And over. Place your hands up over your shoulders and then just circle round your upper body. All right, circle round. So my pelvis is still, okay? No movement. And then round the other way. Round we go. Round we go. Okay. Last one. Put your arms down. And just sway your hips side to side. So it's like your ribs are moving in the opposite direction. Yeah? Round and through. So as we did the circle on the upper body, let's do the circle through the hips. It's allowing the ribs to move freely as you move around the other side. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees slightly. Now as I turn the right arm, notice I'm just going to do a little bend there. And then explore the other side. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Take the right arm over, left arm under. Bend that knee. Yeah, we're starting to use the lower body now as we go into those movements. And over the top. Lovely. Open through palms and then just come into that rib isolation. There we go. There we are. So we go over to the right, over to the left, to the center, and then we come over the top. Yeah. Over the top we go. And over. One more time. Over. And through. Okay, place the hands onto the shoulders. So we just build this little sequence up. 2. We drive 2 the other way. Okay, go around the other way. Wait for 2. And then hands onto the hip bones and then just come side to side. So remember what your hips are doing, your ribs are moving freely in the opposite direction. Okay, then let's circle any way you want to. We're going to do 2 one way and then 2 the other. Make sure your feet are nice and wide. So we're going to go into a side lunge into your right side. So into your right lunge and into your left lunge. And again, over to your right lunge and left. 2 more. 1 and then 2. And then come into the center, just taking your hands just on the inside of your thighs and push open. That's a push. Lovely. All right, and then from there, just release the hands and roll it up. Bring the right foot in, so it's just slightly wider than hip distance, not too wide, just a little wider. Okay, so we're going to roll it down, and then we're going to come into an extension, and then we're going to come up into a flexion. Okay, and again, up into your extension and then into your flexion. Okay, come then through, and then just when you're ready, just wag your tail far over to one side as you can. So you know in the Pilates classes that we do, we work in multi-plane, okay? Multi-plane movements. So you've gone forward and back, side to side, and then we're going to rotate. Yeah. You're going to rotate the lumbar, round we go. That's it. And then round the other side. Round we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lovely. From there, guys, I want you just to drop your chin to your chest and then roll it up all the way Popping your shoulders back and down and circle around. Okay. Ladies, take your hands at the side of your head. We're going to go into a lateral crunch. So we're going to go through the ab element now of the class. Yeah, going to warm up the side into the waist. Over we go to your right and over to your left. Now let's go into rotation. So I'm going to go around to my right side. Now before I go around to my left, give me a squat. And then I'm going to go around to my left side. And then I'm going to come into a squat. Now if you're joining me on Monday, ladies, for the class, it's called Spine Moves. And I've put a little note into Zoom that you'll need a broom handle, yeah, or a pole of some kind. One more time. So we're going to go around to the right. We're going to sit back. And then you're going to go around to the left. Okay. And then from there, take your arms down. Just circle around your right. And then circle around your left. Bring your right leg forward into a step. Drop the back knee. Lift it back up. And drop it in. Yeah, so I'm still staying slightly wider than the other side. Step, drop, lift, replace. Okay, and again, step, drop, lift. And there's another thing, ladies, I'm going to do in the class today. It's only that my band is at the side of me, but if you've got a resistance band and you want to use it today, then we're going to do some exercises into side clamp, all right? Down we go, lift and back. And again, 1, 2, lift, come back, one more time, 1, 2. Take your hands at the side of the head and then come over to your right and then over to your left. And again, there we go. Okay, now keep your hands at the side of the head. We're going to step forward into that lunge. We're going to rotate right. We're going to come over to the left side. We're going to come into the center. I'm going to push back into this leg, push. And then I'm going to go just to my right side only. I'm going to come into a forward lunge. I'm going to rotate round to my left. I'm going to rotate round. So there's your thoracic rotation. I'm going to push down into the heel of my left leg. And then I'm going to rotate to my left. Okay, and again. So I come 1, 2, 3, and 4. Push back into the heel. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Other side. 1. Take it round. 2 and 3. Round the other side. Push it back. And then take it over. Okay. Release the hands down. And then just roll it down. Rolling it down. Inhale, exhale, and then lift it back. Okay. Right, and then take your shoulders back and down. All right, from there, just lift the arms up to stage 1, and then up to stage 2. Down to stage 1, leave them at stage 1, give me a squat. Okay, and then as you lift up, you're doing it in the opposite direction, yeah? So you're bringing them down, so rather than thighs to stage 1, I'm bringing them down into stage 1. I lift up, I take them to stage 2. Right? And again, down. So it's like you end up having like an overhead squat. Now leave them at the top, overhead squat. And again, 2. And 3, so this is all about the core. And again, 4. Okay, leave your arms down at the side of you. So you're going to come forward. Now, as I come up, I'm just going to release my hands down to the right side. Then I'm going to come forward and release over to my left. So there's your rotation. Down we go. Down and through. Yeah. One more each side. 1, push, down and push. Okay, just sweep them up. Take your palms together, interlace your hands, your fingers, lift up to the top, push back through those shoulders, and then open. Okay, so I come 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now take your arms all the way down. Step out into a squat. Little squat, and then the other side. Yeah? Little squat. Bring the feet in narrow. Take the fingertips up, and then rotate back. Okay? And then bring them down. All right? And then the other side. So you're going to come up, fingertips. Finish your open. In and down. Give me a squat over right, and then a squat over left. Give me 2 squats on the right. So I'm going to step it out and step it back in. Then I'm going to step it out and step it back in. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to bring my hands up, and then I'm going to rotate. Instead of dropping the hands to the thighs, I'm going to go rotate around the other side. Okay, now I'm going to drop down 2 to the left. So I step it out, drop, in. Step it out, drop. Step it out to the right, soften through the knees, and come over. Now we're going to stay on the right side, yeah? Do that again. 2. So there's your work there. The deeper you come, elbow to knee, the harder it will be. Okay, take it over for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to do 3 again. I'm going to take my hand down to my knee. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take my hand up to my head, and I'm going to shoot them up into the corner. I'm going to come down nice and low, float it through, and then up to the left corner. Down and through, and up to the right. Down and through, and up to the left. One more time. Down and through, and up to the right. I'm going to bring my body back to center, and then the arms come down. All right? Left side. So I step it out for 1 and 2. Get ready. Step it out. Soften the knees. Take it over for 4. 1, 2. Remember, the lower you come, the harder it is. 3 and 4. Now give me 3 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3. Hand down. 1 and 2 and 3. Hand up. Release the hands to the left corner. Float them down to the front and up to the right. Float them down and up to the left. Float them down up to the right. Then we're going to bring the whole body back to center. Well done. Chin to chest, ladies, and roll it down. So roll that all the way down. And then bring it back up. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that again. I'm just going to take some bits out of it and make it a little bit shorter. All right, 3, 2, 1. 2 squats over. 1, 2. Take it over. Take it out. 1. Sorry, I'm doing it too fast. So 1, 2, 3. Now give me a 3 and 1. That's where the fast bit was. 2, 3 with your hand down. 1, 2. Take it up into the corner. So just taking out a little stop in a second. In the middle. Okay. Bring it through. Hands to center and round. Okay. Onto the left side. 1, 2. Take it out. Slow. So we do 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to speed it up. 1 more. Then you're going to do your 3 and 1. So we do 1, 2, 3. Hand down. Now getting this hand ready. 2, 3. This is going to go up. We're going to sweep it round 1. Sweep it round 2. Sweep it round 3. And sweep it round 4. Lovely. Bring your hands to the center. Close it down. Bring your fingertips up. Open through. Rotate. Legs nice and close. Give me a squat into the center. Okay, so we come up and open. in and close. And again, so I'm going to go into a squat and lower. I'm going to come up. I'm going to go around to the right. I'm going to take it back down to the thighs. And I'm going to come down into squat. You're going to do that one more time onto your left. Open. In and lower. Let's do a little squat to finish. And you're there. Circle around both arms. How are we feeling, ladies? Yeah, we're nearly there. Ready to go down onto the mat. Okay, let's go down onto the mat. So roll out your mat. Instead, have your ball and your band. If you put your band close, bring in your band with you. Right. Right. I've just got my little skinny band, which is I do my exercises at night with my band. You know those things, ladies, if you don't put something out, it doesn't get done, does it? It stays on my coffee table. So sad. There we go. All right. All right, so ladies, I'm just going to drop my band there at the side. We can use that at the moment. And so you don't have to, it's just something to just look a little bit deeper into the glute meds. All right, so ladies, let's roll it down, chin to chest. Roll it down, feels good. When you reach the floor, just sweep your fingers across. On there, ladies, coming down and then come into your downward facing dog. Now, instead of just dropping down into your heels, come up onto your mid-tarsal joint and then lower. Again, mid-tarsal squeeze and lower. And again, squeeze up and lower down. One more time. Squeeze and lower. Drop down onto the knees. Take the hands away and then coming down into a child's pose. Ladies, take your hands wider than your mat and take your right arm over to your left. So the wider your arms, the bigger our stretch here. Yeah. So over we go. And then separate and then place it on top. If that is too wide for you, then come down. Bring your hands closer. Okay. I'm coming onto all fours. Okay. I'm going to come onto all fours here. I'm going to take my right leg away from me. Right now. So my side of my foot down on the floor. The most important thing is we get a stretch here. Right? Okay, now I'm just going to come forward and back. I'm just squeezing forward and back. It's like going into a child's pose, in towards the heel and then lifting. Okay, now come into the centre, give me a little wave of your right hand and then thread it down, thread it through. Okay, release, place that hand down, bring that leg in, coming into an extension. So, and then into your flexion. And then come nice into the centre. Now take your left foot away, get the stretch, and then come forward and back. That's it, forward and back. Now, make a little wave, the left hand, and then drop it down. Oh my goodness. You feel that stretch even more into the inner thigh, just by bringing your body weight lower. Okay, up to the top, bring that knee in, wag your tail, and then circle those hips, yeah? Circle around. So we've done flexion, extension, frontal plane, and rotation. They're on the other way. Just breaking things up, mixing everything around. Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies, I'm going to come and lie on my side here. So my Head is this end and my feet to the other end. I'm going to put my band on. I haven't got one, it doesn't matter. But it's just something I learned this week from a physio. So I want to practice it. I want to do it with you rather than do it on my own thingy. So they're doing it together. Okay, so sometimes when we execute exercises, both of Pilates, daughter 6 methods: control, precision, breathing, execution, etc. Okay. But when we do something, we sometimes don't always think about it. I ask you to do an exercise, you're absolutely brilliant. You do whatever I ask you to do. Okay, so I'm going to bring my legs around. I'm going to go into a side plan. Now, head is where you want it to be. Right, head is here, head is here. I'm bringing my head up here because I want to see my thumbnails. I'm going to keep my feet together. Now, side clam, I've always said feet together, and then you can open and close the thigh. Yeah, that's this side clam. The instructions, the teaching instructions will be, you keep your hips stacked on top of one another, you engage the muscles in your tummy, yeah, and then you open through the thigh, working into the outside of your thigh, into the outside. Okay, something physio taught me on Wednesday, I went to see her. Okay, I want you now, before you even make a movement, I want you to squeeze the muscle here called the glute medius. Okay, I want you to squeeze it. All right, so squeeze it. Put your hand there as well. That's what I've been doing, making sure it is connected. So let's put our hand there, ladies. Okay, now keep that squeeze there. Right, don't let that go. Now open and close. Don't let it go. Yeah. So you're keeping that glute med under contraction. You feel the difference. Like, it takes concentration. Yeah, it's taken me, Wednesday to Friday to really think about, and let it go then. Don't let it go. Really concentrate on up we go and down. Okay, and again, squeeze up. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Even when you lower it, don't let it go. Feel it there, ladies. Up we go. Now, this is such an important muscle because it assists with everything. And one of the things I'm going through at the moment is my walking gait seems to have slightly changed. And she felt it could be a little bit of weakness into my left side on my hip. So this is something I'll have to do. Okay, but there we go. Up and down. All right, lovely. Won't get you doing as many as I have to do, but roll it over. At least I've got some done with you today. I've got to do so many on my own tonight. So take your feet down, all right? So taking your feet down onto the ground and just let your upper body rest and shoulders into the ground. Okay. From here, just tilt the pelvis and then rock it forward and back, yeah? So all I'm doing is just a little lift. So into anterior and posterior, just tilting, just as we were doing standing. Okay, my next one, I'm going to push now as I roll up. So I'm going to squeeze the pelvis, tilt it, all the way up to the top. So before we do our bridge, now remember that muscle I talked about, the glute med, give it a feel, yeah? Feel it in the bottom, yeah? The whole of the glute in bridge is working, not just glute med, glute medius, minimus, and glute max, the biggest muscle. So we're going to come down just about halfway and lift up. Now, if you've got the band on like me, all I'm doing is just a slight resistance into it. Yeah, just a little resistance. Okay. That's it, coming down. Lift up. Again, so make sure you're really locking on, because I know I've been a failure at it sometimes when I'm teaching. I don't always lock on so tight, but really now I'm getting my mind far more into like just not letting it go anymore, keeping it tight. So ladies, when I used to say let it go jelly like, don't. Keep it connected so it's under strain the whole time, yeah? Keep it strong. Such a difference, massive difference. And again, one more. Okay, we're going to go up for 1, hip bridge, stay here, and then just rock your hips side to side. So I'm going in, I know you can't see me very well. All I'm doing is just coming side to side, frontal plane, yeah? So imagine your hips are coming one way and then the other. Okay, so we've done sagittal, frontal, and now we rotate. So I'm going to drop my hip down to the mat and then my hip down to the mat the other side. Okay, down we go. I hope some of you, I've only got a few today, but I hope you like bridging. I only found out yesterday from my class after talking to some of the ladies, they hate bridging. You're probably going, I could be one of those. I like bridging. It's a great all-round exercise. It's the most comfortable as well. But not if you've got osteoporosis in your spine, definitely you will do this. Okay. All right, hold it up to the top. I want you just to extend the right leg away. Now notice the extension is in line with the hip. All right, notice the knees are in alignment. Take it down and then the other side. Okay. Move it there. And lower. Okay, let's articulate down and down and down and down and down, all the way down. Ladies, open your arms, bring your legs up into a tabletop, bring your thighs towards me, and then we're going to come up and over, and then the other side. If I'm not going to knock over any equipment, vases of flowers, and over. Good job, they're dry flowers, and then up to the top. And then over the other side. And again, over we go. And one more. Stick my legs on in a tabletop position, really. Okay, from there, just extend your right leg. Extend your right. And then extend your left. Lovely. So resisting against the band. Just working that little bit harder so you don't, just because I'm using it, ladies, doesn't mean that you have to. Just do what's right for you today. If you don't fancy using the band, then don't do so. Okay. I'm going to bring both knees into the chest and I'm just going to hug the knees. The only thing with these rubber bands compared to our material ones, they do rise up, don't they? Now we found the material ones, we don't want to go back to the rubber ones. There we go. Inhale, exhale, and then just roll it up. Bring your feet around to the front, placing your right hand down and your left arm over. And let's do the other side. Okay, one more. Over we go. And over. All right, lovely. Taking your arms away from you, I'm just going to come back a little bit. And I'm just going to go into a little half a roll back and lift up. Okay. Now the band is very useful, even in a half roll back, because I'm still resisting against the band. It's also making sure that my knees are in alignment. Because sometimes when we're doing exercises and we're not considering our legs, sometimes we can kind of roll in, do this, yeah, this, I am exaggerating, but it keeps everything parallel. Okay, and again, down we come, and lift up, and again, down for 2, and lift up for 2, and again, down for 2. Now let's add in a little bit of bow and arrow, shall we? Just get on the right. So a little bit there, back we go. On the other side. So working through that waist. And again. And lift. Last time. Back we go and lift. Ladies, place your fingertips together. Just come back. Give me a Russian twist. Yeah? Over to the sides. One more. Brilliant stuff. Bring it into the center. Roll down, come down on your side the other way. All right? So, let's start. So we know the clam. We know the clam. No, we can do this. We can do the clam. We know the clam. So we know the setup. Okay, now take the mind into that glute med. Feel it. Put your hand on it. Yeah. Tense. Feel it. Okay, just there, right in that area. Now open and close. Now immediately, I've let mine go. I can feel it. I've just let it go. It's just not locking on. Now again, open and close. Yes, it takes so much concentration. Get right into there, ladies, right in. Keep your hand there, make sure it's connected and you're not letting it go at all. Up we go. And again, squeeze up, and lower. And again, up we go. Should we do 2 more? This time really strong, really strong. So that's it. Got it. And again, one more time. There we go. And lower. Woo! Roll over onto your back. All right, so come onto your back. Right. Okay, from there, ladies, just put my hair on. Take your legs up. Now, you may want your mini ball here. All right, you may want your mini ball. Okay, take your arms up into a dead bug position. So my dead bug is normally here, yeah, but I've taken it up. All right. Now my dead bug, I'm going to lift my hands towards my feet, and then I'm going to come into my dead bug. Okay, a straight leg dead bug. And again, so I'm going to lift up and lower down. And again, inhale, exhale. Lift up towards the toes and then lower down. And again, inhale, exhale, lift up towards those toes. And through. Now, come down, bring your legs into a tabletop position. And then just lift up, little crunch towards the thighs. Little crunch. And again, so if you've got your band on, slight resistance again against the band. Okay, 2 more. And then we're going to place the feet down onto the mat. Okay, now this time, hands at the side of the head, just like we did when we were standing. Remember, we brought the hand down to the knee. I'm just going to bring it down to the heel. Sweep it through. 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay. Head, neck and shoulders down onto the mat. Bring the knees in. If you've got your band on, take it away and place it just in the instep there of your foot. Yeah, and I'm going to start on my left. So if you haven't got a band, you could use a towel or nothing, right? If we're getting to the end of the class now, you could just use your hands. But the stretch becomes much deeper once we take this band on. So the leg comes in nice and close to the body, as close as you can. Inhale, exhale, and bring it even closer. So come as close as you can here. Okay. All right, now release the leg off. Take the other one in. All right, take the other one in. Take the other one away, and then bring that leg in towards you. That's it. Hold it there. Straighten off through the knee. Hold it there. 4, 3, a little bit closer, 2, 1, and relax. Take the band away if you've got one on. Just take the soles of the feet together and allow the pelvis to relax. Head, neck and shoulders relax. Okay, hands at the side of your head. Bring yourself up, head, neck and shoulders looking in into your space here. And then going down. Okay, release the right arm, press. 1, 2, 3. Take your left arm away. 1, 2, 3. And back. And again. 1, 2, 3. And back. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Place your head, neck and shoulders down onto the mat. Place your arms down to the side of you. Okay. Bring your heels in towards your bottom. Take your heels together and your toes apart. Lift up into Mary Poppins and then down in towards your glutes. And again, up to Mary Poppins, open. And there we go. Up we go. I'll tell you something after when we finish the class about Mary Poppins. And then down, and then lift Mary Poppins and lower. Push your legs away to about 45 degrees. If you can, if you don't want to, stay up the top. This would be a more comfortable exercise, ladies, if you were on the ball. But we're really coming to the end of the lesson now. Okay, push up. All right, bring your knees into chest. Just release the feet and roll off side to side. Okay, take the legs away from you, ladies. Bring the right leg just into a tabletop. Open through your arms and now roll over to your left side. Okay, allow, if the leg can drop onto the floor, then allow it to. If it's just kind of hovering, that's okay too. It's not just a stretch in your lower back area into that right side. It's also a stretch into your shoulder. You've got lots of space going on here. So if you've got any sort of, we talk about this, about impingements where you've got such limited space into that ball and socket joint, you into that girdle, then you end up pinching and getting nerve pain. Just lovely just to open. Okay, roll it to the top, slide that leg away from you, bring the other in, roll it over. That's it. Now, again, this is where our bodies give us feedback the whole time. This side, I can come over. The other side is not going to happen. It does showing us all the time that we, we're human, we have imbalances. All the exercises we do, if we're dominant, we're stronger one side. Pick up heavier weight on this side than this side, Lead from, if you're dominant right, like me, we lead from the right, so we're stronger on that side. And possibly prone to more injury on the right as well. Okay, up to the top. Slide that away, ladies. Take your arms above your head and give yourself a full body stretch. And whatever you're up to today, on this lovely day, wish you a lovely, lovely day, a lovely weekend as well. So don't forget, on Monday, Spine Moves is the class, and we'll need our pole. Mine is there in the corner, just waiting. So body pole mine is, but a broom is fine. Inhale, exhale, and lift up. Okay, bringing your legs up just nice and wide. Instead of broom, a sweeping brush handle. Yeah, okay, bring your arms forward and just stretch. Oh my goodness, there's a lower back stretch for you. Up and through and lower. Right arm down, left arm over. Just before we come up to a stand position. Okay. Bring your legs together. Okay. Bring your arms forward. Reach over as far as you can. And then back to center. Bring your legs around whatever way you want to. Don't mind. Yep. And then tuck your toes under and then lift up into your downward facing dogs. Lift up onto the mid-tarsal joint, not mid-metatarsal, mid-metatarsal. Now your mid-tarsal, mid-metatarsal. And again, up we go to mid-tarsal, up. Oh, those short bones. And again, come up on those short bones again. And lower. Okay, walking those hands in. Got enough room behind me. And then roll it up, ladies. Roll it up. Roll it up. And there we go. Legs up a little bit wider than hip distance. Look around on the right for 4, 2, Oh, that feels so much better, doesn't it? Everything is moving a little bit better. 2,